right? If we're in sales, we all need to be prospecting. Whether you're an account executive, you're a BDR, or you're a field rep, or a seasoned rep, you should always be doing some level of prospecting. In this day and age, we have these awesome tools to do it. So I want to talk specifically about an efficient way to prospect. Let's assume that you know who your target customer is, what account level information that is, right? We're targeting what accounts or what industries. We're able to identify quickly whether a company fits into our account, and we know the title that we're going after. So let's say we're going after tech companies in Boston, and we're looking to speak to directors of IT. Okay, so how do you get into that rhythm to quickly build a list and call out on them? So a method for doing this, and I use Google Chrome, so I like to use multiple tabs, but I like to use them efficiently. So a tab I have open at all times is my CRM. I use Salesforce, and I have used HubSpot. They both work great. Okay, so you got the CRM open, and you may have the account list in there and the contacts already, or you may not. Okay, the next tab I have open is ZoomInfo. Tab after that is LinkedIn, and then I have a Google tab open. Okay, so that's where I start in the morning, and I often, if I don't have an account or I'm looking for an account, I go into the ZoomInfo tool, and I've created a profile, a saved search is what it's called in their tool, and it's free. This is free, by the way, in Zoom. I've saved that search for these types of companies and these types of companies. Right? So I can pull that search up, and then I can go through and look for a company, and then I can further search for people by title in that. So if I don't already have someone that I want to prospect on, I'll start there. I still keep Zoom open. I then make sure that the account is in Salesforce and the contact is in Salesforce, and I'm always looking for a little bit of information. Right? This goes back to the training idea. It's called a 3x3 Vorsight now, Funnel Clarity. Trademark that. I think it's called 3x3, looking for 3 pieces of information in 3 minutes or less. So the next thing I do is I'm going over to LinkedIn to look up the person that I'm going to call. And when I look at that person on LinkedIn, I'm looking for some information that I can use on the call. So I'm doing some research. I'm also doing what's called the soft touch. I'm looking at them on LinkedIn. So I'm taking the information, I'm putting it into my CRM in the contact or lead level in a field that I've customized called 3x3. And I'm also using the Google tab because if I can't find anything on LinkedIn that I can open the conversation with, I'm going to Google the company. Look for news, look for press releases, just go to the website, try and find some learning. Okay. I'm also in Zoom looking up that person so I can see other people that may have the same title or who they report to. LinkedIn also tells me that, so I may find 2 or 3 more contacts. Ideally, when you're targeting an account, you want to call 3 to 5 people. So I'm trying to build that up. But I'm in research mode right now, so I'm taking all this in, and by looking at the LinkedIn profile, it's what's called the soft touch. Right? So I consider that a part of my outreach program, my prospecting. So by looking at their LinkedIn, I'm now going to get some information online, and I'm going to put that into my CRM with the strategy around it. Okay? I'm not just going to pull that information. I'm going to figure out how I can use that to open the conversation. And I'm going to write that up very quickly. I'm going to try and do all this in about 3 to 5 minutes. 3 minutes information, then 2 minutes to build the strategy. And I'm going to put it into my CRM. Now, if I'm really anxious and I've done a lot of research and I'm hot to get on the phones with this person, I'll call them immediately. And I'll also pull the direct line out of ZoomInfo, which is available usually for Zoom. They don't have it for every contact, but most they do. And that's going to increase my connection rate. However, if I'm being more thoughtful, then I'm going to use that soft touch to brand me. Right? The soft touch is by looking at their LinkedIn profile. People are vain, right? They're going to go and say, hey, they're going to look at their LinkedIn, and it's going to say people are checking out your profile, and even LinkedIn will send them an email, and then they'll look and they'll see my face. They'll see me there. They'll see my title. Maybe they'll even click through and do a little bit more research on me. So that's my opportunity to brand what I do. You know, sales and marketing alignment, sales strategy, marketing strategy. I'll kind of put that out there so they'll have an idea that I'm legitimate and what I'm calling about already. That's the soft touch. Okay, then I'll set a task in the CRM to call them the next day. Or if I'm using another tool, if I'm more sophisticated and using a tool like Outreach, this will be automatically part of my sequence. It will tell me, I'll put the contact into Outreach, it'll tell me when to make that first call, and then it'll send the email automatically. So all that becomes sort of muscle memory the more you do it. If you don't do it very often, then okay, I got to get into this rhythm, I got to figure it out. But if you build a schedule, and if you're, say, an account executive, and you got an hour or two a day, use the morning to do this. It's better when you're fresh. Or if you're BDR, you do this all day long. Okay, so that's my method for very quickly trying to find the right information to prospect on an account that I'm aware of, even to find accounts. You know, you get moving on that, you can go through a lot of people very quickly. Now you've got a cadence going on and you're a prospector. So, done.